Hey YouTube, you have Leonard here, bringing you guys and gals, Kanojo Okarishimasu, Rental Girlfriend, we're here, chapter 239, and I honestly don't really know how to feel, and I explained this to Twitch chat already, and of course everyone, you can find the full live reaction on Twitch. Again, I do my live reaction there, and I do the review portion as well, and I put this on YouTube, so check out the live reaction on the Twitch side, link in the description box down below. I honestly don't know how to feel after this chapter. I really don't. There's good, there's bad, there's good, there's bad. Let's start with the good of the situation. Like the good, like when I read the chapter, I felt a lot of joy because from Kazuya's standpoint, my prediction on the live reaction was basically Chizuru was going to explain the fact that she has these feelings, and it'd be clear from Kazuya's perspective that she has feelings, but she wasn't going to confess because she couldn't confess because she still has to talk to Ruka. That's something that she established, by the way, that she needed to do because she felt bad, or she said the bare minimum that she felt bad about the Ruka stuff and need to clarify things there. So that's what Chizuru's mindset was. So I knew a confession probably could not happen as a result. My fear was that because of this, Kazuya would spiral into depression, and we had a moment for a second. We had a moment in this chapter where I was just like, dang, this is actually happening because Kazuya has hope. He's thinking a confession. Is she going to confess? Is she going to finally give me the answer of whether she likes me or she does not? Again, I think Kazuya, though disappointed, would survive whatever the reaction. But again, he just wants his feelings to be met by Chizuru and see what happens. That's my take on it, as I will continue to say. But here, as Chizuru starts going on about her feelings, she says something that originally, we go back a couple videos, I had made reference, I know I thought this, and if I didn't actually say this in video form, then shame on me, but I think I did, where the biggest issue with Chizuru is the fact that she has these two personalities going on. Actually, no, 100%, I have said this, I 100% have. Mizuhara and Ichinose. And this is literally a conflict. I don't think in the end game of this, Mizuhara and Ichinose can continue to be a thing. It has to be one or the other. And also, I think Ichinose has to win out. That's just me. But I would love for her to quit the rental job. I would love for her to no longer have the Mizuhara persona that she carries, because it's her, but it's not her. And Kazuya fell in love with Mizuhara. Now, obviously, as time has gone on, Ichinose, he really is in love with Ichinose, let's be real. But he fell in love with Mizuhara, the rental girlfriend, and as time went on, he grew to learn more and more about her, which endeared him to her, and we get to the point where he truly does love Chizuru. But Chizuru says something that's really profound in this chapter. She says the fact that at the end of the day, and let's see if I can pull up the full panel actually, since we're here, let's pull up the actual panel. She says here, and I quote, and I actually started worrying for a second, because she says, my job is to make people fall in love with me. So right away, the whole tone is changing. I'm just like, oh no, I don't like where this is going. Because you see the smirk, and I originally thought before the Ruka stuff that she said to Yaimori, which I thought was weird, but I have accepted at this point, I kind of get it. I always thought her biggest issue was the rental stuff. How she feels she's betrayed him as a client, and that she's at war basically with her own feelings. And how does she know how Kazuya feels? So she says here, you told me I could be myself, but it's not like I've shown you the real me all the way through. There's still parts of me that are make-believe. So if you tell me you love me, I can't help but think, are you really okay with that? And she says with a pained smile, maybe the girl you really love is Chizuru Mizuhara, you know. And you see Kazuya make a face, because honestly, it's kind of true. We know that Kazuya loves Chizuru for who she is, and he would accept her regardless. But what Chizuru says here is also not wrong. Keep in point, or case in point, I should say. What does Kazuya call Chizuru all the time? He doesn't call her Chizuru. He doesn't call her Ichinose. He calls her Mizuhara, because he knew her as Mizuhara, because he goes on dates with Mizuhara. And I think Infinite Synchro on the Twitch side, you said this very clearly and very accurately. At the end of the day, you have to acknowledge who she actually is if you want her to truly feel comfortable. I think to some degree this is an excuse by Chizuru, in my opinion. That's just me. I think she could get over this. We know that Kazuya cares about her. But this is completely valid from her perspective when, again, he calls her Mizuhara all the time. He goes on dates with Mizuhara. And this is not Kazuya's fault. I'm not saying that. But I can understand where Chizuru is coming from here. To me, what I would have personally loved to see, and this is from a critique standpoint, is I would have loved if Kazuya took this opportunity to do a reset almost. To be like, you're right. Can I go on a date? Or I would like to go on a date with you, Chizuru Ichinose. Or something like that. I think something like that would be really nice. But Kazuya starts to spiral into depression per the usual. He's feeling down. And I fully get it. Because the way Chizuru said that, it was almost like she's putting the nail in the coffin where it's just like, I don't know if this is what I want. And you can see Kazuya's just spiraling. What I love about this chapter, though, the ending. Well, right before the ending, actually. No, never mind. Few panels before the ending. She completely changes it around, and she basically asks for more time. And she's just like, at the end of the day, what does she say here? Where is it? Just a little while longer. That's what she said specifically. She said just a little while longer, and she wants to find out about these feelings that she has never felt before. Essentially, she's telling Kazuya to wait for her. So she's not declining his feelings. She's not accepting the feelings, but she kind of is. But she's saying like, hey, can we have a little bit more time? Just kind of going about things, keeping things status quo and doing our thing, because I want to discover for myself how it is I truly feel now that I'm deciding to face these feelings upright. And I like that. I like that from Chizuru's perspective, because she's finally not truly running. She kind of is. But she's not running. She wants to face these feelings head on, and she's going to do that. But now as a reviewer, I feel again I have to be critical. I really hate this at the same time. I love it in the context of the chapter and being happy again for Kazuya, who's just like, yay, let's go. But realistically, this is bad from a story standpoint because we're really stretching things out and is needless. Chizuru, as much as she's confronting Kazuya and her feelings, which is good, she's still not willing to really get all the way in there and make a decision. She's just literally pushing this out, so nothing's happening. Kazuya should theoretically be upset by the fact that he still doesn't have an answer and trying to, even, it's not like force an answer, but trying to at least get some type of development. But Kazuya is so happy that Chizuru is at least accepting his feelings that he accepts status quo. So basically, we are where we left off from the very beginning. Nothing has changed. Everything is net neutral from the Paradise arc. The only difference is that because now there's a level of awareness between the two and their feelings, we can actually get good progression going forward in terms of Chizuru, Kazuya, and potentially breaking down this whole barrier of the rental stuff. Him eventually getting to know her as just Ichinose, truly as a friend, and eventually she comes to realization that her feelings for Kazuya are real and that his feelings for her likewise are also real. We have a path forward. Do I like the fact that this is being dragged out? I do not. I really do not. And I don't know how much longer this will go. I've said before, back in like chapter 225, that I would have been perfectly fine if Rental Girlfriend ended in 10-15 chapters. Love it. Nice conclusion. I don't know how long this is going to go. But if everything is essentially neutral but not neutral, we can have another arc, 2 arcs, 3 arcs, etc. Basically, this will just keep going on until, I hate to say this, Mommy makes a return. I don't know. Mommy or Kibi or someone comes in to threaten. Because the other thing that's laying out here, now that things are returning to status quo, is that the big issue of the Paradise arc, which I said several times over, I think in chapter 227, all the chapters are blending together, honestly. Kazuya and Chizuru have lied to everyone still. They're not out of the woods. People believe them. Mommy does not. And she's going to at some point pop back up. We know she is. We just know it. But they have still lied. And at some point, the realization comes in, despite these 3 months, that they were lying at the Paradise arc and that they weren't dating when they said they were dating. We still got problems. So they're not out of the woods yet. I don't know. I'm happy, but I'm concerned. Yeah, let me look at Twitch chat. Way to go, Lucia. Please, please, no alternate endings, please. So everyone, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do you guys kind of agree with me? Like, again, I love what's happening for Kazuya in terms of like his overall. He's happy again. I love that Chizuru is facing her feelings. That's all good stuff, and I'm happy. I truly am earnestly happy. But I am concerned, and I'm also kind of like, this is not good that we're literally prolonging things and we're net neutral to some degree. That I don't really like, and that worries me. And I just hope that Reiji is not dragging this out for the sake of dragging it out. I really do. But let's see. It's still early. You might get some cute moments with like Chizuru and Kazuya, and maybe the relationship will feel less transactional, but more organic. Better moments, etc. And maybe they meet up and do stuff, and it doesn't have to be a rental date. Maybe that's what we have for the future, and I'd be fine with that. But we will see. So everyone, per the usual, again, like the video, subscribe, like my content is greatly appreciated as always. And with that, I am Leonard, and I'm out. Take care, everybody. Peace.